Welcome back. We have a flower. Maybe a piranha plant, but nothing wrong with that. And Joey also just left while we were drawing that, I guess. He actually left before we drew it, but still. So is this going to be the moon that we already saw on the map anyways, or what? Did we do double duty while we were out here, or were we just looking for Joey and incidentally happened to also pick up some page pieces in the process? So give me a good record so far. Like how there's one really big Rappo on each level. Like there's one important person from each one, and the others just don't matter. I mean, this one too, the characters were actually generic. Like they didn't even have names, just old dude and little girl. And Mary's only acknowledging the safety of one of them too. Or no. Not even one of the three. Is Asha who knows where they are? I'm curious about this character. I mean, and I. Let's just awkwardly walk away. I don't think that's the correct then to use there, but sure. I was too busy protecting Joey. I mean, that's a funny thing to say, but it's not actually true. Yeah, I'm metal, so you would think that'd be difficult, but here we are. Okay. Do we already have people walking around this place? This part of town? Seemingly not. And we don't have any important buildings uncovered around here. We will at some point, like this up here, most likely. Unless that's just access to another chapter or something, we'll see. So we have none of these things. It's not even that the doors are open, they just don't have doors. This is actually the kitchen here. I feel like if you even just got rid of the sign entirely and just wrote like the actual contents of the sign, it would have looked at least as good, because it would just be written directly on the signboard, like the backboard the sign's on. Anyways, where is Joey? Are you guys not minding like a good chunk of your field still being covered? Whatever. Which one? Your kid or Joey? This game needs a little bit more proofreading sometimes. I do need to put more stuff into the wishing wheel sometime soon. What are you doing up there? Anyways. Not enough Joys around anywhere. Yeah, Sluts Gators actually have multiple things to say if you talk to them multiple times. No? I don't know if I want to talk to everyone multiple times, but we'll see. There's Joey. And someone else just awkwardly hanging out off the bottom of the screen. I don't know that guy's supposed to be there. I think this old man has wandered somewhere he shouldn't have. What? Oh, jeez. That's not really true? Okay, I think it's automatic if you're grossing here, the text. And some other guys. Interestingly, Zasha did not actually come back. Huh. What's Zasha's deal? Is that actually a character or not? Like the whole thing, or... Oh, how ambitious am I today? Not very, because the game doesn't actually give me much to work with. So they basically just want you to draw stars, I guess. I'm having to not put too much effort into this because I'm not sure we'll see it anywhere. Like, some of the things I've drawn never actually showed up, despite me putting effort into them. Like the sun, for instance. Like, should I draw a moon or not, for instance? I might regardless. The worst part is that just means I can draw a circle. Do we have a good palette for this? This might work. I have an idea that I'd actually really like to use. No, I need the... This is gonna be annoying. I want thin, but... You go away for a second. But that can't undo. Oh, this is gonna be wretched. This is the only circle I'm gonna try to draw. This may involve a lot of cleanup, this thing. I'll have to just like kind of freehand approximate a circle and then see where we can go from there. This isn't too bad. Honestly, if the game wants to give me like rewards that are helpful for drawing stuff and whatnot, I think the most useful thing to have would not be like these little stamps and whatnot, but instead be some tools like a circle or a square tool and the like. You don't necessarily want circles looking too perfect and stuff like that, but having them look a little too perfect is probably better than having them look not even close to a circle. Not to mention the amount of work it takes. I do have an idea for a moon though, that's why I'm actually doing a moon right here. You know, maybe ill-advised. If we'll never see it anywhere. Wait, how did... There. So this is definitely not gonna be a flawless circle or anything, but it is something. It's not fully consistent either, whether the corners are like thin or thick and whatnot. But okay. Color. That's not quite the color I want. That's okay, but it's... This is pretty much the color I want, but the issue is I don't know if I have a good dark color to use with it. That's something. Do I have a good light color to use with it? That's the color itself. And white kind of works on it. Yeah, okay. Okay, give me a second. I need to pull up a reference for this. Okay, it's an open question how much detail I want this thing to have. But I've got the thing. Unfortunately, it also involves a lot of smaller circles. I forgot that part. But, the tricky part is I need a couple shades of a color for this. But we're gonna see what we can do. gonna be a little more. And these need to be circular. That's the one thing. Of course, they're at various perspectives, so it's really only this one that needs to look like a good circle because it's the only one that's kind of facing us directly. That's probably good enough. The others can be fairly approximate. They can be small too, so it also makes them a little bit more lenient. Okay, and then I want a darker color for this. The interiors of these things. This is not a very nice darker color, but I can probably work with it. But then I need to have a shading color for this. Oh, that was exactly the opposite of what I wanted. What happened here? Yeah, these will need to have shadows on here. Yeah, I don't have enough pixels to have all the detail I wish I could have here. I don't think it's going to be at all obvious what I'm trying to go for here. It's just not possible to add the level of texture that would be necessary, unfortunately. I'll see After Effects what it is. I don't know. I don't know if anyone enjoys playing like Pretend Pictionary here. Trying to guess what it is that I'm drawing, but I find the idea I'm using. That's the one, right? Not this one. I cannot tell the difference. Are these different colors? Yes, they are. Hold on. Very subtly different colors. I have to tilt my monitor to see it. Okay, anyways, there you are. Of course, I also need a little bit of shading in general too. For the rest of this whole thing. The colors I'm working with to shade this are a little bit awkward, but oh well. And then from here, I should probably make these ones just completely dark pretty much. Yeah, I don't even have precisely the same colors that I wish I could have for this. I'm basically just gonna have to imagine this is what I wish it was, but unless, the one thing would be if I went to a bit of extra work to actually make these dimples on here a little bit more round, it might look a little bit more distinctly like what it's supposed to be, but I don't think anybody wants to watch me make really precise circles for the next, like, 10 minutes, so I'll leave that be. But, can I also see, though, there's another thing related to this. Come on, I'm looking through. Sorry, unexpected things coming up in the search results. I'm looking for something related to this. I'm not seeing it. I may have to take another second to look for this. If this one search doesn't give me what I want, then I'll cut until I actually do find the thing. I have one idea for another thing. Oh, see, that's close to what I want. I just need a better view of the thing from it. Oh, jeez. You find some very interesting things, and in this world when you start searching for stuff on the internet. Okay. I guess that's the best image I have. It's not a very good one. Oh darn it, that's not actually... Meh. I can see what it's supposed to be, at least. Okay, fine, whatever. Do I want... Yeah, I'll probably do it the same for both of these. I could have tried to come up with a third thing to draw, but I don't think I'm going to. Okay. Oh. So give me kind of a chunky 5-pointed star. Looks a lot rounder than I meant for it to. But I might work with that just because I don't want to take too much longer on this. I do need to make these lines straighter. Again, I've said this before. If you don't enjoy watching me draw stuff for some amount of time, then it's probably not the game for you. Because it is like the main concept of the game. It's basically just a drawing game with a platformer attached, and the platforming isn't really the best part of the game either, so... Well, it does have a story, of course. This is looking alright. And then from here, there's one little thing I want to do, though. I need to decide something. I think I know how to do it. Thicker than that. Give it some actual thickness. That looks... Something feels off about it. I don't know why. Something feels off if I go like this, or if I go like this. I don't know why both feel wrong. Oh, it's definitely not consistent. Need to try to have it consistent. Be at a consistent angle through all these. Again, this is all very freehanded stuff, so it's not... You have nice, totally geometric straight lines and all that, but still. What's going on here? I feel like I confused myself somehow. I feel like I did trip myself up somehow. What's going on here? How does 3D work? What? For some reason I just like completely lost the intuition I had for how this thing existed in 3D space. Wait a minute. In fact, I forgot to add a line here. In which case, oh yeah, because that's not even in the slightest. Made something that was not even the slightest parallel to the line I was supposed to be parallel to. This big blob of stuff over here. But you're supposed to go down a little bit more diagonally than that. Kind of like that, I guess. But still, like, something feels wrong right here. I guess it's just that this line is not going as diagonal as it should. Okay, I guess to make... But I'm out of space there, so I guess to make up for that I'll have to... But, like, I shouldn't be able to see... I don't think I should... I'm probably messing something up here. See, that's not right. I might just have to leave it as that, because... It looks wretched, though. These certain parts of the thing just don't agree on what should be where. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, whatever. And this whole thing will not really have shading out, I don't think. Although I may in some locations, take away or go light on the outline. Of course, I was supposed to have a second one of these too. Which may prove difficult at this point. The thing is, this thing's gonna be giving off light, so that's why I'm not gonna... But I could even just... I like that. I have tempted to make the entire outline like that. At the very least, the parts that are, like, on the thing. Yeah, I don't know if I'll make the entire outline like this. I might not. Yeah, it's okay. But do I want to make a whole second one of these? Oh, jeez. I am tempted to... I do think I should make the entire outline this color, though. Because again, the thing's supposed to be giving off light, so it makes sense to not have any part of it be too dark. It's a glowing star. Okay. And the idea would be to do something similar for this one here. I don't even just start with black just to make it easier again, because it's more visible and whatnot. And I want this to be a fairly thick star though. That feels too big. I may have to, you know, maybe I'll start with the old that to give myself a star, but that tends to make a skinnier looking star, which is not really what I'm looking for. I want a thicker one. I'm tempted to go with this, although I wish I could stretch it out a bit more vertically. So it's not really the angle I want it to be from. I may go with that. I wish I could... Just make it a bit thicker. And then I'll fill this in, but oh, before any of that, just get the outline done here. And I've done a stupid long episode again. Very nice. I was saying people don't want to watch me draw circles forever, and then I end up just drawing stars forever instead. Oh well. It is difficult to find time to record this game, specifically because it tends to take forever to do stuff in it, because I tend to go over time drawing things. I have to figure out how in the world to fill in all these gaps here. That's tricky. Ah! Ah! I accidentally did that. Lost my undo there. Okay, hold on. How about we... It's really annoying not being able to see these things. Get this whole thing filled in black first. I think that's the whole thing. Then white. Okay. And... let's see if we can make this one a little bit easier. Okay, so this one should just then be... yes. Just a diagonal line for you. Similar for you, although I can't make it as long, which is annoying, but it is what it is. It's hard to make all these lines which should be parallel actually parallel, because I kind of run out of space and the like, but... yeah, that's probably how it's gonna go. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. So again, I doubt it's particularly obvious this is supposed to be. But it's something that I actually quite like. This is supposed to be the moon decoration back from Little Big Planet. So the moon, which again has very specific colors and has very specific like felty texture to it, which I wasn't able to recreate. And the craters are very perfectly circular because that's where you put levels. You put levels in the craters on them. And then you have a backdrop of stars, kind of like this one too, which are glowing white. And they're just like star prisms, whatever you call them. Okay, anyways. That's our night sky. I'm happy with it. Again, we might not ever see it again, unfortunately, but... it's also just fun to like acknowledge stuff that I like, so... Alright, I'll see you next time.